Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jim Bob and welcome back to another video. Today is a very serious subject today. We're talking Euros. We're also talking about the Euro attacks because I think it's a huge topic that needs to be addressed. I want to give my thoughts. I want to try and do as much as I can to inform you guys about it, because not only is this, so far the Euros is what, at this point in time, the Euros is about 72 or so hours old, and it's been more about the UFC than it has been the football. The football has not been part of the subject at all. It is all about the fighting. It's all about the English, and it's all about the Russians fighting, and eventually they're going to kill each other. And it's not what anybody in this sport wants to see. Now, I had the sad news this morning of hearing on the radio at about 9 o'clock this morning that there was a fatality in France yesterday. It wasn't an English fan, it wasn't a Russian fan, it was a Northern Ireland fan. Now, apparently there was nothing to do with any violence involved. I don't know how true that is because the amount of sort of white lies clubs have been the police have been telling people is not on things we've seen over the last 48 hours or so. It is enough to make some people cry. So there are going to be some disturbing images in this video, and if you don't want to see it, please click off the video now. So the whole thing started off on Friday evening. This was all about the English fans, and fair enough, you can have a dig at us for this, but on Friday evening, a lot of English fans got very, very, very drunk, started singing, screaming, shouting, throwing things. I can understand that. I know I'm going to be saying things like this controversially because I'm English, of course. The English can't have been the only fans making this much trouble on the first night. I don't think there's any evidence to back it up at the moment, but I'm sure there'll be something to back it up. I mean, there was a lot of singing, songs about the Germans, songs about the French, things like that. It's been all over the internet at the moment. And moving on to Saturday afternoon, it got not a little bit out of hand, it got very out of hand. This was just the start of pretty much a full-on hooliganism? I don't know. A hooligan war between Russia, France and England. It started off as an unprovoked attack at about 2 p.m. in the afternoon. There was it wasn't, as far as I'm aware, it wasn't in one of the fan zones, because the fan zones, as far as I'm aware, I've got high police control, and this wasn't one of those zones. So you probably won't be able to see what I'm actually viewing at the minute, or maybe you will in this top corner. But I'm actually watching, at this moment in time, I'm watching the video of the fights in the afternoon between Russian fans and English fans. I can't tell who started it off because this video started quite late. But what you can see is obviously tear gas. You can see a lot of people with camera phones for some reason. You can see obviously right now at this point in time, what I'm seeing is you're seeing fans of whatever country, I don't know, but they're rushing towards another group of fans with chairs, tables, things like that. It is horrendous to see, and them throwing bottles, glass, everything to try and get in trouble. It's crazy. I don't know why they're doing it. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's not something you want to see at all, especially at a major football event. It's horrendous to see. It really is. And then only a few hours after that, we move on to the match. And even that didn't end well. That ended up in fights as well, as around 150 Russian fans behind the English goal at the time. They stormed the stewards. They ran over to the English fans and they started beating their living hell out of them. It's... Watching it back now, it's just a flock of people, all leaving the Russian side, going over to the English, battering them. And you can see the English on this video, all the English fans, they're jumping over the fences to try and get away. Now, okay, you may be saying, okay, they've obviously done something to disturb the peace or something. That can't be true. Okay, maybe it can, but it's horrendous. You're seeing people chuck themselves over the fence to get away from this. It's horrendous. What makes it worse is there's families there on holiday, and I've seen in videos of this fight in the stadium of women and children trying to jump over a fence, over this fence, to stop them getting battered or crushed up against it. It's sick. It really is sick. On the night of that game, the England-Russia 1-1 draw, around 35 people were injured. And I heard this morning from a fan that was there. I don't know how true this is, but I heard from a fan after the game. Obviously, the fighting spilled out into the streets, and it's quite hard to hear this. Whether it was true or not, I don't know, but there was a Russian fan. He'd knocked an English fan unconscious, and he wasn't breathing or anything like that. And there was a police officer or a paramedic giving him CPR. He didn't know at the time, and he was there as well, helping. They were giving CPR to try and resuscitate him, and he heard over his left shoulder to the paramedic or the policeman or whatever. And in muffled English, this Russian fan said to him, "I hope he dies." I'll just let that sink in for a second. A football fan, well, I wouldn't call him a football fan. I wouldn't say anything to do with football for him. Someone who's gone to this tournament specifically for a fight, a thug, has gone to this tournament to kill people. Well, maybe not to kill people, to severely injure somebody. It needs to stop. I know me saying all of this isn't going to help, but it's getting it off my chest. It's making me feel better as well, just talking about it. If they don't find, I hope to God they find these people, Russian fans, the English fans, the people that were causing the trouble. I hope they get them. I can't say lock them up because I don't know how bad it is, how bad of a crime things like that are. Some sort of punishment needs to be put in effect. Now, I'm going to play for you in a second the interview that was on Radio Cambridgeshire this morning from a young man called Craig. Now, he is a Posh fan. I know all my Cambridge viewers are going to be watching this thinking, oh, yeah, he's a Posh fan, so he deserves this. You can't be talking like that. We can't think like that. This is another human being. He's another English fan. He's a football supporter at the end of the day. Regardless, rivalries aside, this is what a fan from Peterborough had to say on the matters in France from Saturday night.
Building up all weekend in the square between police, Russians, English, and French, but Saturday was something completely different. We were enjoying a beer in the square. There was people eating and dining. It was literally like a cafe scene. There was restaurants, and out of nowhere, about 100 at least Russian fans came down these steps, which basically surrounded the square with all kinds of weapons, and it just completely went crazy. It just sort of took your breath away as they came storming. Some people ran. I wasn't really in a position to do so. There was a guy with a baton that seemed to be cable linked up to a rucksack on his back, so God knows what that did. But I was fortunate enough that a cafe owner sort of helped me get inside his cafe and put his shutters down, and then the guy was banging his baton onto the shutters. It was really horrible scene.
Now, just hearing that from somebody that was there is, I wouldn't say disturbing. It's, I don't even know what to say. So we're going to move on slightly now to another group of people that were there. This is a video that is on YouTube, and there is a good chance you've seen it already. But this is of two blokes. They were sitting in sort of the square, having a beer, and these group of fans from whatever country, they just came out of nowhere, started launching bottles, and then obviously the English fans retaliated, threw stuff back, things like that. So take a look at this. It's another hard video to watch, but please watch it because it's going to help somehow, like, I hope. I really do.
So evening time's on, French game's on, but we've decided to walk away from the viewport area because it's all getting a little bit moody down there. We saw about 20, 25 French fans come in, just walk through and unprovoked just attacked a table of English fans in the bar. Absolutely mad.
Yeah, it's cat and mouse down at the port. Stink of tear gas around still. Yeah, it's just not very pretty, if I'm honest with you.
And we've got the video of that attack as well. We're going to post it up on our video, besotted.co.uk.
So that was another quite upsetting video of an attack as it broke out. And as you saw right at the end, it took the riot police, what, 2 minutes to get to the scene, and by then it was chaos. Things like that. You need police wherever, or some way to stop it. You need a group of police. Why am I doing that? You need some sort of barricade. Not even, I don't even know. You need something to stop what's happening. If this is a fan zone, you need to make sure there's police everywhere. Everywhere. On the edges of the fan zone, right in the middle of it, wherever. You need to, I don't want to suggest this, but you need to sort of check passports or something. Check some sort of ID. But I don't think it would make a difference. I really don't know if it would make a difference, but it's quite upsetting to see. And finally, to show you, I'm now going to show you a video of another fight that broke out slightly somewhere else. Where in result a posh flag did get stolen, and then I did later on find out a Russian football page thing. It was, I can't quite, if I can find the picture I will post it up here. I saw basically the Russian fans, they had the posh flag hanging, they poured petrol over it and they lit it on fire, and all this fighting and that can still end in the Russian team and the English team being disqualified from the Euros. I hope it doesn't come to that. If it does come to that, it might be the shock some teams need. But I honestly think if a team gets banned from the Euros or gets thrown out of the Euros early, it's not going to make a difference. I still think it might calm them down for a few hours or so. And then once they play their next game, then all hell's going to break loose. And my final thoughts are, obviously, England play Wales on Thursday. It's going to be a big game. It's going to be absolutely massive in a tiny stadium, which sucks. But the game I want to keep my eyes on, because this is me talking now as an English fan wanting revenge. Sort of. No violent revenge, on the pitch revenge. I can't wait to see Wales smash Russia, and the smile on my face, and the smile that will be on my face at the end of that match is going to go from ear to ear. I can't wait to see Russia lose to Wales and them to get knocked out early. I've had enough of saying this on this matter. If there's anything you want to add, drop it in the comments. I'd love to read it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did recording it. I will hopefully see you either in the midweek, or if not, I will see you for the England versus Wales video. Until then, look after yourselves, wherever you may be, and I will see you then. Peace.